Bob Arum, representing Team Crawford, says that the Crawford versus Spence fight should be done at a 40-40 split. Winner gets 20%. We're going to talk about that on this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Get TUBEBUDDY. Use my link in the description. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that you can add on. It's a great service. Use my link in the description. I started off with 0 subscribers. We've scaled up to over 200,000 subscribers and counting. And TUBEBUDDY is definitely a resource that I've used. Consider TUBEBUDDY by clicking the link in the description. Now, Bob Arum did an interview, and I'll put the link in the description, where he talked about a fight with Errol Spence and his fighter, Terrence Crawford. Now, in this, he said that he proposes a 40-40 split between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, with the winner getting the additional 20%. In an interview with Barbershop Conversations, this is what Bob Arum says. If you want to do a split, you should do a 40-40, and the winner gets another 20%. That would be okay. That's how you do a 60-40 split. He says, wouldn't it be much more interesting? The UFC, I believe, has done it a number of fights. Now, to me, this sounds not realistic. And for so many reasons, this is just a bad look for Terrence Crawford's brand. Here's why. Bob Arum in this interview also said that Terrence Crawford would annihilate Errol Spence. I think it's safe to say, and then on top of that, rumors came out that Pacquiao was going to fight Terrence Crawford in Abu Dhabi, potentially. So to me, this doesn't stipulate that something is actually done, because how are you petitioning what the split should be in a fight with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford if you have a Pacquiao fight, which is allegedly in negotiations in Abu Dhabi? You know, to me, it would seem that such a big fight and a massive fight, which is also a danger just because Pacquiao is a great fighter and a future Hall of Famer, it doesn't make sense that you would even be talking about an Errol Spence fight still. So that's for starters. Once again, how are you talking about an Errol Spence Crawford fight and what the split should be if you really and truly feel like you're going to lock down a big fight with Manny Pacquiao in Abu Dhabi? So it's looking a little bit shaky. Another thing is this. You look at Terrence Crawford, he's done recent interviews and he said the opposite. And I talked about this in past videos. He said, don't talk to me about Errol Spence. So it's a shame to see in boxing when you see so many different teams and their teams are not in communication or they're not in unison. Crawford just did an interview at the Virgil Ortiz-Maurice Hooker fight, and he's telling anybody who would listen, and any cameras and microphones that were rolling and cut on, don't talk to me about Errol Spence, the fight is dead. Yet somebody who's representing Crawford, at least in the here and now, Bob Arum, is talking about a purse split. Now, finally, I don't believe that the split makes sense. How is it that Errol Spence can do the heavy lifting and collect 2 belts? One was a unification with Sean Porter, who put up a hell of a fight. Fought Kell Brook in his backyard when it mattered. When Kell Brook was undefeated at welterweight, only one loss at a higher weight class against guys Golovkin, right? And he's also fought Lamont Peterson. He's done these great numbers in Texas, done great numbers Staples Center, fought and did great numbers on the fight with Leonard Bundu right after the Olympics. It did like 6 million views, something ridiculous. So men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I don't really see how Bob Arum or Terrence Crawford, Team Crawford, would expect to get the type of leverage needed to trump all of these statistics at welterweight for Errol Spence to get 40-40 equivalent split and then a 20%. So to me, it just sounds like a pipe dream. You know, if I was Errol Spence, I'm just telling you straight up, if I was Errol Spence, I would laugh at that, because once again, he's about to potentially fight Yordenis Ugas for a third belt, or at least that option is right there, because Manny Pacquiao was stripped. So even if Crawford, which I don't believe, Ego Stradamus, but even if Crawford and Pacquiao do fight in Abu Dhabi or whatever, like they keep saying, 1 minute it's in Qatar last year, and then now it's in Abu Dhabi, we still find out that there's nothing set in stone, no done deal, etc. But even if they were to fight, Pacquiao has been on a long layoff and he has no belt, and Errol Spence right there in his own, wheelhouse or stable with Al Heyman and PBC has your Yordenis Ugas, who he could fight for a third belt. And if he beats Ugas, which I believe Errol Spence would be the favorite to do, why on earth would anyone take what Bob Arum is saying and apply that? Like, I could understand if they had done equal things in the welterweight division, but it doesn't make sense to me. And I posed this question, and I'm going to do it again. Anybody in the comment section, put your emotions aside, put your favoritisms and bias aside, and explain in what world, in the world of business, would somebody do and agree to a 40-40 split, 20% of the winner. And I know a lot of the fans say stupid stuff like, oh, if you believe you could win, just take the deal. But again, that's not how it works in business. If you have leverage, you would use it. If you work to achieve milestones and accolades, then you would use that to your advantage, point blank, period. It's like, why would you take the same deal if you're a rapper and you sold 4 million units and you got a lot of TikTok hits and platinum hits and you went certified platinum, versus another rapper who only sold 100,000 units and it isn't as popular? Drake would have more leverage than Lil Tiptoe, who doesn't have the same body of work and the same accolades. So why would it be any different in boxing? Why would Errol Spence agree to 20% win bonus when he's about to potentially, or has again the option to fight Ugas for a third belt? Why wouldn't you just fight Ugas, get 3 belts, don't have to worry about Bob Arum, don't have to worry about Terrence Crawford, don't have to worry about Crawford's unreasonable, delusional demands, and then you just have an in-house fight, a credible fight, and you have an opportunity at a third belt? So somebody let me know that in the comment section. I'll be waiting to hear your responses. To me, this whole thing, it doesn't make sense. Bob Arum's talking about the UFC. I've never seen in the UFC where you have a disparity in the star power between two fighters in the branding. Like, I've never seen Conor McGregor agree to take a 40-40 split and then a win bonus for the winner when he clearly has branded himself in a different way than his opponent. Like Dennis Seaver, you never heard of Conor McGregor agreeing to something like that. Let me know what you guys think. We working.